Good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to Irdex classes. Myself Vaishali Garmanji, chemistry educator of Irdex. In this class, I am going to discuss about the important concepts of halogen family. Look at halogens family includes the elements of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. All these are the halogen family, and general electronic configuration is NH2 NP5 configuration. NH2 NP5 configuration. From this general electronic configuration, we can say that the oxidation state range will be oxidation state range, that is n minus 8 to n electrons. N is valence electrons here. N is valence electrons. So look at, in this case, n minus 8 means n is valence electrons, that is 7 minus 8 to 7 electrons. So here it is of -1 to +7 oxidation states will be exhibiting by these compounds here. Now look at the electronic configurations. Fluorine 9, chlorine 17, bromine 35, iodine is 53, and the astatine is of the 75 here. So look at the configuration: 2s to 2p5, 3s to 3p5, 4s to 4p5, 5s to 5p5, 6s to 6p5. This is the second period element, this is the third period element, fourth period element, fifth period element, and the sixth period elements here. Now look at here, from this general electronic configuration, from the valential electronic configuration, we can conclude that these elements are possessing of the NH2 NP5 configurations here, right? So what are the physical state here? Physical state is fluorine, chlorine are the gases. Fluorine, chlorine are gases. Bromine, iodine. Bromine is the liquid. Iodine is the solid here. So look at these are exhibiting the colors, that is fluorine exhibiting the greenish yellow color. One second. Yellow color, and chlorine is the greenish yellow color. Greenish yellow color. Bromine is red brown, and the iodine is violet color. So these are the colors of the noble gases here. In this case, metallic nature increases from top to bottom in the groups here, chlorine to astatine. So astatine is the radioactive element, right? Next one is, look at the general trends. Here, with increase in the atomic number, atomic size increases. Atomic size increases, and whenever we are seeing the reactivity, there is a decrease in the reactivity. Fluorine is highly reactive element. Fluorine is a highly reactive element to get the stable configuration. Next one is increasing in the atomic radius. Generally, with increase in the atomic number, atomic radius increases. And next one is increase in the number of field of electron shells increases. Next one is the decrease in the power to attract the electron to form a negative ion. Here look at, in this case, fluorine we are taking 1s to 2s to 2p5 here. Yes, this valence shell consists of the 7 electrons, which is a shortage of only 1 electron here, which is the shortage of only 1 electron to get the stable octet configuration. So this fluorine tries to gain 1 electron. Fluorine tries to gain 1 electron so that it will be forming into the F minus, and that is the stable configuration here. So the electron gaining capacity will be decreases. The electron gaining capacity will be decreases from top to bottom here. Next one is increase in the melting points and the boiling points here. Increase in the melting points and the boiling points due to the van der Waals forces. In this case, weak van der Waals forces will be increases from fluorine to iodine, so that the melting point and boiling point will be increases from fluorine to iodine. There is a anomaly here in this case. In this case, fluorine will be possessing of the high melting point due to the hydrogen bonding. After that, this iodine, due to the increase of the atomic mass, this will be possessed of the high melting point. After that, chlorine and bromine, right? Next one is the color of the elements tends to dark tends to get the darker here. So look at, in this case, this fluorine will be the yellow color, this fluorine will be the yellow color, and this color will be the greenish yellow, and red brown. This is of the red brown, and this is of the violet. And look at, in this case, whenever from fluorine to astatine, the color of the atoms will be becomes very darker here. Astatine, look at the colors, intensity will be increasing here. Next one is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy means when an electron is added to a neutral gaseous atom to convert into a negative ion, the enthalpy change accompanying the process defined as the electron gain enthalpy here. Look at, in this case, we are adding one electron to the atom, neutral gaseous atom. Then it convert into the negative ion. Then look at here, I am adding one fluorine plus electron, that will give rise to the F minus here. We are adding the electron to the neutral gaseous atom so that it will be converting into the F minus. Then the enthalpy change accompanying the process is called as the electron gain enthalpy. In this case, electron gain enthalpy, in this case of electron gain enthalpy will be decreasing. Electron gain enthalpy will be decreasing, but due to the small size of electrons, there is a huge repulsion between the electron, between the inner shell electrons and the outer coming of electrons. So electron gain enthalpy will be the less here. Electron gain enthalpy will be the less here, right? So the based on this, chlorine is having of the electron gain enthalpy is generally, electron gain enthalpy will be more for the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and the iodine here. Yes, so electron gain enthalpy provides the measure of the ease with which an atom adds an electron to form the anion here. Look at the here. On the other hand, noble gases have the large positive electron gain enthalpies. Generally, electron gain enthalpies will be negative. Enthalpies will be the negative here. Only for the noble gases, only for the noble gases, electron gain enthalpy is positive. Electron gain enthalpy is the positive. Halogens exhibit the negative electron gain enthalpies, and noble gases possess the electron gain enthalpy is the positive here. Look at, in this case of bond dissociation energy, these are very important one. In this case of bond dissociation enthalpy, it is in the order of, look at, in the case of fluorine to fluorine, chlorine to chlorine, bromine to bromine, and iodine to iodine here. In this case of electronic repulsions increases due to this bond, they will move far away from with each other, so that bond becomes shorter, bond becomes very weak, and the bond dissociation energy will be the less here. But in the case of the chlorine and the bromine, size increases. Size increases means repulsions will be decreases, and these are having of the high bond dissociation energy. That's why we are saying that Cl2, Br2, and here it is of fluorine and the iodine. This is very, very important one for the examination point of view. Next one is, look at here, the reason is given, size increases, bond length increases. Size increases and the bond length increases. Bond dissociation enthalpy of the chlorine is more than fluorine because there are large electronic repulsions of ionic pairs present in the F2 here. Due to the small size and the high repulsions, so that bond becomes very weak and the bond dissociation energy will be the less here. Now look at color. All halogens are colored because of the absorption of the radiations in the visible region, which results in the excitation of the outer electrons to the higher energy levels. Next one is oxidizing power. This is also very important here. Oxidizing power means the gain of electrons to get the stable configuration. Look at, in this case, fluorine is having of the high oxidizing power because fluorine gains one electron and gets the stable configuration. That's why oxidizing power will be F2 is greater than, Cl2 is greater than, Br2 is greater than I2 here. Strong tendency to accept the electrons, which is said to be the oxidizing property. That strong tendency to accept the electrons will be more for the fluorine here. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and the iodine here. Look at, in this case, electron gain enthalpy values are given here. Electron gain enthalpies, this will be more here. Electron gain enthalpies will be 3.4, minus of 348, minus of 333, and here it is of 324, 295. Electron gain enthalpy values will be decreasing. Next one, here it is of Cl2 preparation. In this case of the halogen compound, so Cl2 preparation is very important here. Cl2 preparation and the properties are very important for the examination point of view. Look at, for the Cl2 preparation, we are taking the manganese dioxide, which is treated with the HCl. Then it will be converted into the MnCl2 along with the water and the Cl2 production. right? In this case, potassium permanganate reacting with the hydrochloric acid, then that will give you the Cl2 here. This is important here, Decon's process and the electrolyte process. Whenever in the case of the Decon's process, we are taking the hydrochloric acid, which is treating with the oxygen in the presence of cuprous chloride at the temperature of 723 Kelvin, that will give you the Cl2 here. In the case of the electrolytic process, concentrated of NaCl, brine solution is taken, which undergoes the electrolysis process. Then this Cl minus will be reaching to the anode. At the anode, this chlorine gas will be liberated here. Chlorine gas will be liberated. Next one is here the properties. Main in the examination point of view, they will ask you the properties, that only two properties are there. That properties we will see here. In this case, ammonia is in excess whenever chlorine is in excess. What are the reactions here? Look at, we are taking the ammonia in excess condition. Ammonia in excess condition, Cl2 plus ammonia, which gives rise to the NH4Cl along with the nitrogen gas, right? Second one is whenever chlorine is in excess. Whenever chlorine is in excess, look at here, we are taking the ammonia excess. Here, taking of the excess of ammonia, excess of chlorine, then all the hydrogens are replaced by the chlorines here. Chlorines. So these are very, very important reactions. Next one is, look at, in this case of chemical properties of chlorine, we already know that except of the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine will exhibit the oxidation state of the +1, +3, +5, +7. Because in this case of chlorine, these are having of 2s to 2p5. Sorry, 3s to 3p5 here. Yes, 3s to 3p5, and another shell is there, 3d shell. So the excitation of electrons takes place from the 3p orbital to 3d orbital. So in this case, this will be existing of the +1. This is of the ground state. Chlorine in the second excited state. Chlorine in the second excited state. One of the electron is excited to the d orbital, so that it will be exhibiting the +3 oxidation state. Chlorine in the third excited state. One of the electron will be excited to the d orbital, so that, look at, in this case, this will be +5. Chlorine in the fourth excited state. Then this will be electron excited to the d orbital here. So this will be exhibiting the +7 here. So except of the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine exhibiting the oxidation states of +1, +3, +4, +5, +6 and the +7 oxidation states. So look at in this case, chlorine will be exhibiting the oxidation states ClO2, and here it is of Cl2O4, Cl2O6, Cl2O7. So in this case, all the cases, this will be the +1 oxidation state. This will be the +2 oxidation state. Sorry, here it is of, this is +3 and Cl2. This is of the +4, and here it is of +7 oxidation states here. Look at, in this case, the first ionization energy of the chlorine is very high. Chlorine is the highly corrosive element, and in this case, chlorine displaces the heavier or the less electronegative halogens. This point is very important for the examination point of view. Here, look at, chlorine displaces the heavier or the less electronegative elements. Here, look at fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and the astatine here. From top to bottom, electronegativity values will be decreases here. Chlorine oxidizes. Chlorine displaces the less electronegative element bromine, but not of the here. Chlorine does not displaces the fluorine here. This is the high electronegative element. So this point is important here. Look at the point. Chlorine displaces the heavier, less electronegative halogens, that is bromine and the iodine, from the compounds. The displacement of bromides, for example, occurs according to the following equation. Look at, fluorine oxidizes. Fluorine is the heavier electronegative element, and this is the less electronegative element. That means fluorine displaces chlorine, but chlorine does not displaces the fluorine here. Bromine does not displaces the chlorine here. That means whenever any element displaces the other element, that element should have the low electronegativity and the heavier. So look at, in this case, this chlorine will displaces the bromine here, so that will be converting into the Br2 along with the Cl minus here. Next one is specific mixture of chlorine and the hydrogen can be explosive here. HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Next one is chlorine water has the strong oxidizing and the bleaching properties here. Look at the reactions here. In this case, chlorine water, Cl2 plus water, Cl2 plus water, that will give you the HCl plus the oxygen here. And here, look at it oxidizes ferrous to ferric here. In this case, plus 2 to plus 3 forming here, plus 3, right? So chlorine oxidizes in the presence of the acidic medium. So this will be plus 2 to plus 3. Plus 2 to plus 3 means oxidation state will be increasing here. Loss of electrons taking place. Loss of electrons will be taking place here. So Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3. Here also, in this case also, this will be of the plus 4. Plus 3 to plus 4 here. Yes. So this oxidizes. Chlorine water has a strong oxidizing properties and the bleaching properties here. Bleaching properties. Look at the equation. Cl2 plus H2O gives rise to 2HCl and the oxygen here. Colored substances. Whenever this is of the nascent oxygen, this nascent oxygen is responsible for the strong oxidizing properties. So in this case, colored substance plus this nascent oxygen will give you the colorless substances here. Colorless substances. This reaction is very important. Iodine. This iodine will be oxidized into the form of here it is of plus 5 oxidation state. That means I2 will be converting into the HiO3 here. Look at it, 0 to plus 5 oxidation state. Whenever in the case of sulfur here, look at the sulfur is of the plus 4 to plus 6 oxidation state will be obtaining. That means it has a strong oxidizing power here. Next one is this reaction is also important here. Chlorine reacts with the cold and dilute sodium hydroxide solution. Whenever we are taking the cold and dilute NaOH solution, then that will give you the sodium chloride and sodium NaOH here. Sodium chloride and the sodium chloride here. Sodium hypochlorite or the sodium chloride. So look at in this case now. Here the question, the examiner will ask you the question that what is the oxidation state range here? The chlorine oxidation states changes from 0 to plus 1, 0 to plus 2, 0 to plus 5, 0 to minus 1, 0 to plus 1. That is the question asking in the examination here. So look at chlorine will be in the 0 oxidation state. This will be of the minus 1 and here it is of the plus 1 oxidation state. Whenever chlorine reacts with the hot and concentrated sodium hydroxide solution, then it forms the sodium chloride and the sodium chlorate here. Sodium chlorate. This is of the 5 oxidation state and here it is of the plus 1 oxidation state here. So this is the disproportionation reaction. This is the disproportionation reaction. 0 to minus 1, 0 to plus 1 is the disproportionation. Here also hot and concentrated. So you have to remember that Cl2 react with the NaOH with cold and dilute. Then that will give you the NaCl along with the NaOCl here. Whenever Cl2 plus NaOH which reacts with the hot and concentrated, then this NaCl will be the same here, but oxygen number will be increasing here. Just remember that oxygen number will be increases. Oxygen number will be increases when we are taking the hot and concentrated here. So this is the example for the disproportionation reaction. Next one is, look at in this case on the basis of this type of questions, on the basis of this concept, we are taking so many questions which are asked in the previous years, right? Look at which one of the following arrangements does not give the correct picture of the trends indicated against it. Before that, I want to give you one clarity that reducing property and the thermal stability. This is most important here, thermal stability. Look at, we are taking the thermal stability. That means whenever hydrogens react with the halogens, so that will be giving us the hydrogen halides here. So in this case, we are having of HF, HCl, HBr, and the HI is the hydrogen halides here. Now look at in the case of the thermal stability. Whenever we are providing the temperature, the compounds which are stable, that is said to be the thermal stability. Look at in this case, when in this case of the HF, thermal stability is more here. This is more stable on providing of the temperature also. Whenever the size increases, bond length will be increases. Bond length increases means bond weakens. Bond will be weakens here. Whenever we are providing the temperature, they can easily dissociate. They can easily breaks into the atoms here. So that's why we can say that this Hi is the thermally unstable here. Whenever the size increases, the bond length becomes very, bond length is very high and the bond becomes very weak here. So providing of little temperature, it will dissociate. So this thermal stability order will be HF is having of the high thermal stability, HCl, and next one is the HBr, and next one is the Hi here. What about the reducing properties here? Reducing property means the ability to release the hydrogens. The ability to release the hydrogens. Look at whenever the size increases, the holding capacity will be decreases. The holding capacity will be decreases, and the release of hydrogens will be more here. That means we can say that HF is less than HCl, HBr, and the Hi. From this fluorine to iodine, HF to Hi, the reducing property will be increases here. Reducing property, and in this case we can say that acidic property also. In this case we can say that acidic property. Acidic property means release of the H plus ions. Release of H plus ions here. Release of H plus ions will be more in the case of the size, whenever the size increases here. Size of the atom increases. So in this case also HF is less than HCl, is less than HBr, and less than Hi here. Okay. Now we will do the questions here based on this. Look at which one of the following arrangements does not give the correct picture of the trends indicated against it. In the case oxidizing power. Which one of the following arrangements does not give the correct picture of the trends indicated against it? Oxidizing power means gain of the electrons. That will be more for the fluorine. Next one is chlorine. Next one is bromine and the iodine. Yes, so this is correct here. And next one is electron gain enthalpy is more for the fluorine here because of the small size and high electronegativity. So look at electron gain enthalpy is also correct here. Coming to the electronegativity means tendency to attract the electrons here. This will be more for the fluorine. But in the case of bond dissociation energies, look at due to the small size, repulsions will be increasing more and more. So bond dissociation energy order will be Cl2. Next one is the bromine. Next one is the F2, and next one is the I2. So this is the correct order here. This is the correct order. So this is the incorrect picture of the trends. Next one. Look at the increasing order of the reducing power of the halogen acid. This is a Manipal 2013 question. Increasing order of the reducing power. Reducing power means the ability to release the hydrogens easily. Whenever the size of the atom increases. This is the order here. HF to Hi order will be reducing power increases here. Next one. In the reaction, 3Br2 plus 6OH minus will gives rise to the 5Br minus and the BrO3 minus along with the 3H2O. Br2 is the, look at in this case we already know that Cl2 react with the NaOH. This is the hot and concentration, then that will give you the NaCl along with the NaClO3 here. Then we can say that Cl minus and the ClO3 minus here. In the similar sense, bromine also react with the hot and concentrated NaOH. That will give you the NaBr and along with NaBrO3 here. NaBrO3. So this reaction resembles to the disproportionation reaction. This is the disproportionation reaction. Now look at which of the following does not liberate bromine from the KBr solution. In this case, generally chlorine will displaces the bromine from the KBr, right? And fluorine will displaces bromine, but not of the iodine here, because iodine is the less electronegative element. Iodine is the less electronegative element that can't displace the bromine from the KBr. So the correct one is I2 here. Next one is bromine with the hot and concentrated of NaOH. What are the products obtaining here? A, B, and AB plus H. Look at in this case, we already know that bromine reacts with the NaOH, that is hot and concentrated. That will give you the Br minus along with the BrO3 minus, right? Whenever this Br minus, this is of the A and this is of the B here. So look at in this case of Br minus plus BrO3 minus plus H plus, that will give rise to the Br2 here. A gives yellow precipitate. A gives yellow precipitate. That means A is Br minus here, right? Whenever it is treated with the AgNO3, then that will give you the AgBr, which is a yellow precipitate. Which is a yellow precipitate. We already know that AgCl is the white precipitate, AgBr is the yellow PPT. So the correct options are A and Br are the Br minus and the BrO3 minus here. Next one is fluorine is not prepared by the general methods because fluorine is not prepared by the general methods because fluorine HF cannot be easily oxidized. HF cannot be easily oxidized. HF cannot be easily oxidized. So that we can prepare fluorine. HF is highly poisonous, not highly poisonous. HF is highly explosive nature, right? Look at the fluorine reacts with the water to give. Here it is of fluorine reacts with the water to give HF along with the O2 and the O3 here. Look at the reactions. Whenever fluorine reacts with the water molecule, that will give you the HF along with the oxygen. Whenever we are taking of the excess of fluorine here, then this will give you the HF along with the O3 here, So this is the reaction here. HF, O2 and the O3 here. Fluorine reacts with the water to give. Here we are taking the 2F2 and 2H2O here. And in this case, we are taking the 3F2 and the H2O here. Then that will give you the O3 here. So the correct option is HF, O2 and O3. In the manufacture of bromine from the seawater, the mother liquor containing the bromide is treated with. Look at in this case, the seawater which contains the bromine ion. Seawater contains, in the manufacture of bromine from the seawater, the mother liquor containing the bromide ion. So in this case, bromide ion, which is a mother liquor of the seawater here. Look at in this case, Br minus, whenever it is treated with the Cl2 here, Cl2, then that will give you the Br2 along with 2Cl minus here, 2Cl minus. Now this Br minus will be present in the seawater, which is a mother liquor, right? Next one is, which one of the following halogens has the highest bond dissociation energy? Highest bond dissociation energy for the chlorine here, because in this case fluorine, we already know that bond dissociation energy for the halogens is chlorine, bromine, fluorine and the iodine here. Due to the interelectronic repulsions and the small size of atoms, the bond dissociation energy will be less. But according to the chlorine and the bromine, the size increases, the repulsions will be decreases here. So that bond dissociation energy will be increases. Next one is, to make a painting over the glass, generally we use the fluorine here, because in this case the fluorine is very the fluorine cannot attach to the glass very fast. So for the purpose we are using, to make a painting over the glass, we are using the fluorine here. Next one is the incorrect order is, look at in this case, acidic strength will be increases. Acidic strength means release of hydrogens. Release of hydrogens will be increases, then the size increases. So this is the correct option here, right? Second one is thermal stability. We already know that thermal stability means the compound which is stable whenever we are providing the temperature. So HF is having of the high thermal stability than that of HCl, than that of HBr and HI here. Next one is, here look at bond dissociation enthalpy. Look at in this case of HF, the small size of the fluorine, and this is very closer to the nucleus. We need more and more amount of energy to break the bonds between the hydrogen and fluorine. So this order is also the same here. HF is having of the high bond dissociation energy than that of HCl, HBr and HI. Next one is the boiling point. Look at in the case of boiling points, HF is having of general high boiling point. After that HI, and next one is HCl, HBr here. HBr. So this is the general order. This is the general order of the boiling point here. In this case of due to the hydrogen bonding between the HF, so this possesses the high boiling point here. And the next one is whenever in the case of van der Waals forces increases, we already know that boiling point is directly proportional to the molecular mass. The boiling point is directly proportional to the molecular mass here. So this order will be changes in this direction, right? So the incorrect statement, the incorrect order is this one here. Next one. So these are the questions. These are the questions and important concepts based on the for the NEET examination. So in this chapter, we have another most important one is oxyacids of chlorine and also the interhalogen compounds. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you have not registered with Editex classes, visit the site classes.editex.com to get the demo classes free. Thank you.